Hello my friends, my apologies if I still sound a little congested. I'm feeling a lot better. Last week wasn't easy, it was quite rough, and all your kind DMs and messages meant so much, so I just want to say a big thank you because I was overwhelmed by all your kind messages, so thank you. But I'm feeling a lot better, even though it doesn't sound like it, I am. And today we're doing a video that I have been promising you for years, and we're finally doing it, which is going to be my luxury skincare routine. Now, if you're new here, you may not know this, but I actually worked in cosmetic development and marketing for years, and I not only developed products for large brands and conglomerates, but I also developed full-on comprehensive brands from scratch. So I do have quite a bit of insight into cosmetics, and while I'm not a dermatologist, I'm not a formulating chemist, I'm not a nurse, I'm not an esthetician, I have a little bit of training, and these are the products that work for me. And these luxury products are not a scam, because there are a lot of companies and brands out there that in my opinion are just simply not worth your money. But I do know how much it probably costs for these brands to create these products, and I'm still willing to pay the price for them because they do so much for my skin. So if you'd like to see what beauty products I use on this potato to keep it together, then please be sure to give this video a thumbs up and keep on watching. So I think we should start with my morning routine. My morning routine and my evening routine are quite similar when it comes to the concept and the ethos, but I use slightly different products. So I think we're going to start with my morning routine, and just in case you have no interest in skincare and you're like, hey, this is not what I signed up for, don't worry, we'll be back to our usual schedule starting Sunday. I'll be back with a luxury video, but today we're talking luxury skincare, which I hope you don't mind. And even if you're not interested in luxury skincare, maybe you'll enjoy some beauty insider gossip. But let's start with my morning skincare routine, which in the morning I start with a cleanse, and you don't necessarily have to cleanse in the morning because you probably did a thorough cleanse at night. At least I hope you did. But I still enjoy the sensation of cleansing my skin. But instead of just going in with a regular cleanser, I like to use something that does a little bit more, something that I can use as a treatment. So I will usually reach for something like this, which is an exfoliating cleanser. This one is from one of my favorite brands, which is Skingredients. I feel like if you want a really simple but well-constructed routine that's broken down to steps, that's easy to follow, but it will keep your skin in the best shape possible, this is a great brand to go for. This video is not sponsored, but I have purchased pretty much the entire Skingredients line, obviously with my own money, and I love their products. I think this was a relatively recent launch, which is their AHA cleanser. So this uses lactic acid and PHAs to really gently exfoliate your skin. So this is a chemical exfoliant, not a physical exfoliant. There are no scrubby bits. It's just a really creamy sort of lotion that you can apply all over your skin and leave it on your skin for up to 7 minutes. Wash it away and you should have beautifully glowing, healthy looking skin, which I love. I do have to be really careful with exfoliants because I have sensitive skin, and my main areas of concern are redness and inflammation in the skin. So I have to be careful with my exfoliants, but I do really well with lactic acid and PHAs, which actually can be quite tough to find in a cleanser. Most cleansers will have a glycolic acid in them, which there's nothing wrong with glycolic acid. It's amazing at tackling texture, fine lines and wrinkles, and it's sort of basically just exfoliating your skin really evenly and deeply. But I personally find that glycolic acid, it creates a lot of inflammation while it's doing all the great things that it's able to do. So I happen to prefer lactics and PHA, so that's a polyhydroxy acid. It's a man-made acid, and then lactic used to be obviously natural, but now it's really easily can be created in a lab. So I happen to love this cleanser. It's amazing. It's a cream. It's fragrance free. I think this would work for pretty much anyone out there, but I will have everything linked down below. I found this really cool app, which is kind of a virtual shelf, so I can basically link any of my beauty products that I have on my bathroom shelf, and you can click on them, read more about them, and do your own research, because that's so important for you to get to know your own skin. But this is something that I love, trust, and use, and Skingredients is a great brand for you to look out for. So this is going to be my first step in the morning. The next, I will go in with an antioxidant serum. In the summer, I tend to prefer a vitamin C serum, which is one of the strongest antioxidants. It's incredible at boosting collagen production, helping to protect your skin, which is what an antioxidant does, from pollution, from oxidative stress, which is incredibly damaging for your skin, especially long term. And it's also incredible at brightening the skin. That's really the main reason I use vitamin C, and this is the gold standard of vitamin C's. This is Skinceuticals CE Ferulic, which has, I want to say it has 15%, yeah, it has 15% L-ascorbic acid, 1% tocopherol, I can never pronounce that, but that's vitamin E, and then 0.5% ferulic acid, which they all work harmoniously to keep L-ascorbic acid in this formula stable, because there are a ton of brands and a ton of products out there with L-ascorbic acid in there, but most of them are unstable and are not guaranteed to get into your skin because of L-ascorbic acid. It's an incredibly finicky ingredient, not only to formulate with, but to keep it stable in a bottle and then keep it stable on your skin long enough so you can actually get in there and do what it's supposed to. But Skinceuticals has proven to be able to do that. If you don't mind spending the money, if you enjoy the ritual of having a skincare routine, and if you want to step up your skincare game, this is definitely something that I would suggest that you look into, because it will not only do all the incredible things that we've discussed, but it will also help to support your SPF, which, I'm just going to say this, any of these things will mean absolutely nothing on your shelf, well, if you don't use them, and if you don't have an SPF in your routine. You have to wear sun protection every single day, rain or shine. You have to put your SPF on. I would say that the one product that has done the most for my skin has been SPF. I have been wearing SPF consistently every single day since, I want to say since I was 17 or 18, and it has done wonders for my skin. So you definitely want to have an SPF in your skincare routine. And as I mentioned before in previous videos, the sunscreens that I love are created by the L'Oreal group. Why? Because they put so much money into the development of their sunscreens. Their R&D is incredible. Their sunscreen filters are incredibly cutting edge. Their formulations are beautiful, and you can really go for any one of the L'Oreal group brands when it comes to sunscreen. I happen to enjoy the LaRoche Posay sunscreens, and I actually use their hydrating sunscreen as my daily moisturizer. So I apply 5, 6, 7 pumps of this from my face all the way down to my neck, and that's what I do every single day, whether it's sunny out or it's raining. This is something that has to go on my face before I can actually leave my apartment. I love La Roche-Posay, but if you don't have access to La Roche-Posay, you can go for Skinceuticals, you can try Garnier, you can try Vichy. Any one of the L'Oreal group products I would trust when it comes to sun protection. And believe it or not, this was my morning skincare routine. 3 super easy steps: cleanse with a treatment cleanser, then I go in with an antioxidant serum, right now CE Ferulic, and then I apply a generous amount of sunscreen, and I am good for the day. These are the only 3 things that I use most mornings, so everything will be linked on that virtual shelf so you can do your own research, and I will also try to link some alternatives that I've used in the past that were just as good or they were comparable, but I chose to use these for now. So these are the 3 steps that I use in the morning, and let's move on to my evening routine. Just because I apply so much sunscreen, especially when I'm out and about all day, I will of course reapply. I do have to double cleanse at night, which is definitely something that you want to do if you also wear makeup. So I will double cleanse, and my favorite for that is the Clinique take the day of Balm. I have talked about this before. This is my most favorite balm cleanser because I find it incredibly effective, yet really gentle, and it doesn't leave a film on your skin. You apply this onto dry skin, you massage it in, then you take a little bit of water that will turn it into a milk. The term in the industry is emulsifying it, so you take it from an oil to more of a milky texture and it rinses away clean. If you don't want to go in with a second step of cleansing, you don't have to. I personally like to, but with this actual balm cleanser, you don't have to. However, I am completely out of this. So what I'm using right now, which is fine, I feel like it might be better if you actually wear makeup, which for me is just not a priority. But the one that I'm using right now is by Drunk Elephant, and I'm not going to try to pronounce it. Maybe it's Slaai Makeup Melding Butter Cleanser, which I love the packaging. I love that you have this little spoolie on top that is magnetized, but it's just like any other balm cleanser. It's a solid balm that you melt down in between your fingers. You rub it into your skin and it breaks everything down beautifully. But unlike the Clinique balm, this doesn't completely rinse away. It does leave this sort of waxy film behind, which I think you will enjoy if you have really dry skin. And I don't mind because I will go in with the second cleanser, but I don't love it nearly as much as I love the Clinique one. And I have a suspicion it's also more expensive. So once I'm done with this, because I am going to use this up, I will go back to the Clinique one, which I always do. I have tried much more expensive balm cleansers and much less expensive ones, but to me, it is always the Clinique one that I go back to. So I would definitely recommend, if you wear sunscreen, which you should, everyone should, and especially if you wear makeup, that you double cleanse. The Clinique one I love, and then I do a second step of cleansing, which I know this is a luxury skincare routine, and I do have some more luxurious cleansers, but to be really honest with you, this is the one I use, which is the CeraVe Foaming Cleanser. This is something that I use in the shower from head to toe. Not kidding, this is what I use to cleanse my face and everywhere else. This is my most favorite cleanser, and you would think that this wouldn't work for me because it's a foaming cleanser and it's aimed at normal to oily skin, which is definitely not what I have. But this is not a traditional foaming soapy cleanser that is going to be stripping, it's going to be drying. It's the exact opposite. Yes, it will lather and foam, but it won't leave your skin parched and dry and dehydrated, because it does have the ceramides. It does have, what else does it have? It has niacinamide, it has hyaluronic acid, it has a ton of beautiful ingredients for your skin for a really reasonable price. So I have this in my shower and I use this every single day. Some mornings, because I don't use the AHA cleanser every single morning, I would say that I use this probably 2 to 3 times a week, and I leave this on my skin for about 5 to 7 minutes. The mornings when I don't use that, I will use this both in the morning and at night, and it is incredible. It works for everyone. It rinses away clean, and it's not going to leave you feeling dry and parched. So this is one that I absolutely adore. And once I am done cleansing, the first thing that I do is I will use an exfoliating toner a couple of times a week. The days I don't use this, I will use an exfoliating toner. And my favorite exfoliating toner is by Biologique Recherche, and it is the Lotion P50, which is the original chemical exfoliating toner. There have been many brands that try to dupe this, but no one ever comes close. This is simply, in my opinion, the best exfoliating toner that money can buy. It has so many beautiful ingredients that are combined with the exfoliating action to not only help to leave your skin really glossy, glowy, and even, but also nourish it, soothe it, and also target different concerns that you may have. I think there are about 5 different formulations of this. I'm currently using the Pigment 400, which is aimed at pigmentation. I also love the W, which is aimed at sensitive skin. So you do have to go to an esthetician who carries this line to be able to get them, and they will be able to pinpoint which one is the best for your skin. And just to show you how much I love it, I probably have about this much left, which this is a huge bottle. You don't need much, you need only a few drops of this. And as I said, I only use this a few times a week because it can be quite strong. It packs a punch, but if you ever thought that my skin looked glossy, it looked glowy, it looked glassy, it was because of this product. So if you want to really pack a punch when it comes to your skincare routine, the P50 is definitely a great product to check out. It has such a beautiful blend of ingredients and a blend of acids, but they leave out glycolic acid, which my skin very much appreciates. So Biologique Recherche is a great brand. I'm not a fan of the entire line, but P50 is the one product that I personally would not want to live with. So I will use Biologique Recherche a few times a week depending on how my skin is feeling, and then the nights I use my prescription skincare, I will skip Biologique Recherche and I'll go straight into, this is the one. Yes, this is one of my favorite serums from Skingredients. As I told you at the beginning, I am a big fan of this line. This is a moisturizer that you can definitely use, but I'm not going to confuse you. Let me talk about this really quick. So the next product that I use is the Skingredients Hydrating Brightening Pre-Serum, which is just a beautiful blend of some botanical ingredients that will definitely give you some antioxidant boost. It has hyaluronic acid, which helps to plump your skin and hydrate it. It has a PHA, which is an incredibly gentle form of exfoliation, which I have to tell you, I can use this every single day without any irritation, and I happen to use this at night. But if you don't want to spend the money on Skinceuticals, or if you don't feel like you need to, this is definitely something that you can use both day and night. This is a one-stop shop. I feel like if you just want to have one serum that does it all, you don't want to be a chemist and make your own little single ingredients at home, which obviously is a huge trend right now. This is an incredible hydrating, plumping serum that I feel like could be a staple for anyone and everyone out there. So I will use this in the summer, and then I will actually use this in the winter as my serum, even though it is technically a moisturizer, which is the Skingredients Skin Good Fats, and it's a ceramide barrier cream, but it is an incredibly lightweight cream. It does pack a punch when it comes to hydration and moisturization, but it sinks in without leaving any residue behind, so I can actually use this as my serum step. So I'm gonna go in with either one of these, sometimes both, depending on how I'm feeling, but these are again staples in my collection, and I feel like these could be staples for anyone. And then last but not least, I will moisturize, and let's go over my moisturizers really quick because I can feel my voice going. So you guys know, if you've been with me for a while, that the Augustinus powder, the rich cream, has been a staple in my cupboard for, I want to say 2 years. I started using this when I started doing YouTube, so it's been a couple of years now, and I must have gone through probably 10 tubs of this, if not even more. I always have a couple of them going. I have one sitting out here, I have one in my bathroom too, and it's the most incredible, rich, thick, oily, greasy cream. You don't want to go near this if you have normal to oily skin. They have a cream for you that is not nearly as rich, which is called the light cream. They have a cream which is just called the cream for normal skin, and then they have this, the rich cream for dry skin. And when they say rich, they mean it, because I've never tried anything as greasy and as oily as this in the best way possible. If you have dry, parched, flaky skin, you will adore this. It's incredibly calming, it's soothing, it has a patented blend of ingredients that are supposed to protect and help to heal your skin. So if you feel like your skin needs a cashmere blanket or just a big luxurious hug, this you will adore. Your credit card, not so much, because I think this is about $300, but it is, I have to say, it is worth the money, because in the winter when my skin is super inflamed, dry and flaky, this is what always saves it, or what I should say has been saving it for the past couple of years. But I actually found something that is not quite that expensive. It's still pricey, but nowhere near that, which, believe it or not, is from Glossier, and it is their After Balm Moisture Barrier Recovery Balm that I have to say looks quite different from the Augustinus butter one, but I get that same protective cocooning feel from it. So this is, as the name suggests, a white balm, which is quite solid. It's not nearly as oily and as greasy as the Augustinus butter one, but I find it just as protective, just as soothing, and as cocooning as the Augustinus butter one. Now the real test is going to be in the winter, if this can withstand the winter and if it can save my skin in the colder month. But for now, for spring, summer, and even going into fall, this is the product that I will be reaching for, because I would love to find something that is a lot more affordable than the Augustinus butter one, but just as good. And this one has proven to be amazing. It doesn't feel identical, so if you love that oily, glossy texture that the Augustinus butter one gives you, it is not going to be the same. But this is the one that I have been wearing, and I don't find that it looks any different in person on my skin or on camera as the Augustinus butter one. It gives me a really similar nice sheen, but what's important is that it helps to soothe and protect my skin. So this is something that I have been loving, and as I said, it is a lot more affordable. Obviously you're not getting the same patented ingredients and the same peptides that you get with the Augustinus butter one that are also amazing for anti-aging or pro-aging. But if you're purely trying to protect and moisturize your skin, this is amazing, and you can do all your actives with some of your serums. So you can go for Skingredients, you can go for P50, you can go for Skinceuticals, and this is really my skincare routine for both the AM and the PM. So just to sum up again, at night I will double cleanse with a balm, then I will go in with my CeraVe cleanser, after which I will use the P50 toner a few times a week depending on how my skin feels. Then I will go and use the Skingredients hyaluronic acid serum, which is not just a pure hyaluronic acid. There are botanical ingredients, there is PHA. If my skin is really dry, I will use the Skin Good Fats, and then I will moisturize with either the Augustinus butter rich cream, or I have been using the Glossier Balm, which I am loving. And this is everything that I use on my skin, other than two prescription ingredients, which are tret and azelaic acid, which I didn't feel comfortable talking about on here just because I'm not a nurse and I'm not a doctor. But if you're interested in using azelaic acid, I love the Paula's Choice azelaic acid, which is amazing for trying to calm down redness. And then tret and retinol are the gold standards of anti-aging, which I would encourage you to look into and do your own research on. But again, I'm not a nurse, I'm not a dermatologist, so I'm not going to be showing you those specific products. But other than that, this is everything that I use. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it was worth the wait, because no joke, I have probably been promising that I would do this video for about 2 years now, so I'm glad we finally got around to doing it, and I hope it answered all your questions. If you have any more, leave them in the comment section and I'll try my best to answer them. But for now, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you being here. If you'd like to see more videos from me, make sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll be back with a new video, and hopefully my voice this Sunday. So I hope to see you then. Bye.